um, I think that really upset me is that, like, back in, like, the end of high school, like, really early in college or whatever, I had a girlfriend who doesn't, I mean, I don't want to say reminds me of Danielle. She doesn't remind me of Danielle at all, but she was a similar, like, type to Danielle or whatever. And, like, when we went away to school, it's really, like, I don't know, it's not fight, like, I don't want to, like, throw this upon you or whatever, but she, like, had, like a serious, like, eating disorder, like a serious problem. And, I'm just forewarning you, like, I'm undoubtedly, like, can start crying, like, I'm getting upset about it. But, and it was, like, it was probably the worst thing that, like, I ever had to, like, handle. And it was, like, I don't know, I'm sure that you had it, like, as well. Obviously, you certainly have more life experiences than most of us combined. But, like, it was the first time in my entire life that I, like, felt like I had to be, like, an adult in any way. She wasn't close with her parents at all. She was, like, totally spiraling downwards herself. And, you know, she would, like, call me and say, it was, like, so obvious, you know, it's like she'd call me and they'd be like, oh, like, why do you do that? It's like, it was never, you know, like, we went to the dining hall or never anything like that. And, like, when I was with her, she would do things that would, like, I guess be, like, really indicative of it, but, like, it's not, like, the first thing you want to see about someone you care about. And I don't want to say I was, like, slow to pick up on it, per se, but, like, I should have known earlier. And, like, it was changing so much, like, who she was as a person. And, you know, I think it ultimately, like, you know, it really, like, affected, obviously, our relationship. But, like, and, you know, it just left, like, a place, I guess, a real, sensitivity for that type of thing for me. And, clearly, it's 7 days. I don't know the girl. I don't want to be rude, but it's not that I don't care per se what's going on with her, but it's nothing to do with her. Or she wants or whatever, but
her own slop affected you.
She's like, the girl's 97 pounds. I mean, literally 97 pounds. It's not like she's 112 pounds and, like, looks like she could put on a pound or two or whatever. I mean, you could see, like, you know, like, her arms, like, her bones in her arms. And she's, like, sitting there, and she's, you know, and she's talking about, oh, I'm going to, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. And, like, I'm gonna, you know, I'm so depressed and I'm miserable.
Who's saying that?
Danielle, and I know it's an expression with her, and she's, like, throwing this around, like, callously, and like, it's not funny to me. Like, it's not funny. She is, like, throwing these expressions around as if, like, oh, haha, like, you know, I had to eat some oatmeal for 7 days, and, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill myself or whatever. And it just fucking set me off, because it's such, like, a spoiled fucking bitchy attitude. Like, there's bigger fucking problems than that. And, like, it ended, of course, who knows what would have ever happened, but ended our relationship. And it was, like, honestly, and this is gonna sound literally ridiculous, but, like, we like broke up, like, at a dinner. Like, this is actually funny. Like, I'm glad that it's because in retrospect it's so ridiculous or whatever. But it broke up in a manner where I was, like, really concerned about her. And I brought it up to her, and we were at a dinner, and she this is funny. Like, and you can totally feel free to laugh about this, even though I'm upset right now. But she was like, she started throwing shit at me, like food. We were sitting there, and like I had cooked her a nice dinner, and I guess in a way it was like a last-ditch effort to try to casually, without like sitting down and like really forcing something to do it. And she was just like totally crazy by that point, and like just was not. She's just blind to what was going on, and she's like throwing tomatoes at me and like spilling over sodas, and it's just one of those moments you'll never forget in your life. Sitting there dressed up, having made someone dinner, trying to help them, and them covering you in salad dressing, and so it's just ridiculous. I mean, looking back on it, it doesn't upset me. I laugh about that aspect of it. But
were you the one that broke up with her?
It wasn't. It was. I mean, it was. It was impossible for anything to like really come of it. There was no lines of communication. How can you? I mean, you've been in an almost 20-year marriage. How can you be with someone who you can't get to? Like, I couldn't reach her in any which way. Mm-hmm. She just wasn't listening at all. She didn't want to listen. She didn't care. She thought, just like this stupid little fucking bitch, thought I was like harassing her. And